I'm creating my first player in Road to the Show 25, and we're starting a brand new journey going through high school and college before getting drafted into MLB. Road to the Show got a lot of new additions, and I'm very excited to see them in game for the first time. But first, I have to create my player, and it looks like I have 50 skill points to invest wisely. I've really wanted a feature like this for a while, so I'm glad that it's finally here. And as a shortstop, I'm going to invest quite a bit in my contact, along with fielding and base running. Starting out, I am 53 overall. But now going over to customization, I'm trying to make this man absolutely terrifying. I don't know how anyone's gonna believe that this guy's in high school, so just to sell it a bit more, I'm naming him after one of my favorite songs, Teenage Dirtbag. Right off the bat, starting a career looks very different, as we're cutting to what is supposed to be a teenager's bedroom, but we're definitely a grown man. We are texting high schoolers late at night, just like Wander Franco, but now we gotta lock in because apparently it is senior day. This is the funniest batting stance I've ever seen, but I'm off to a bad start as I strike out, and now it's time to see me on defense as I'm 245 pounds but make the play. I really need to clutch up on my first dynamic challenge as I can drive in a run to pull my team ahead, but I ground it straight to first base. Thankfully, we still take the dub, but that was an embarrassing performance, and that's very clear as Cal State Fullerton's my only offer. I'm running out of chances to earn more scholarships as it's time for the playoffs, and with a build like this, I should be primed to hit some dingers as that was a good take, the runner's taking off for third as the throw comes in offline and we score another run. However, the East would score 3 unanswered runs before I finally tie the game with my first hit, and while it was definitely weak, it gets the job done. Now I want to see if Teenage Dirtbag can steal a base, and sure enough, he is flying at 245, but as the go-ahead runner, I do need to play it a bit safe, but my teammate hits this one well into deep right center field, carrying it back over the fence for a home run. We have taken a 2-1 lead in the 7th inning, and the Eagles would hold on to win the game. Apparently TCU was impressed with my 1 RBI, so there are now 2 teams recruiting me, along with several MLB organizations, including my hometown Seattle Mariners. However, I do want to go to college, and my goal is to make it to a 5-star school, but so far, I have not given them any reason to be interested in me, especially looking like a Disney supervillain. My terrifying player needs to lock it in for the championship, and right on cue, we hit a dinger over the fence, and you know the colleges were watching that one. Just like Diddy, we're definitely a grown man playing with a bunch of high schoolers as we can't turn the double play, but regardless, we're in pretty good shape with a 3-1 lead. We're just a few outs away from winning the championship as we cover the bag at second and turn the double play as the West High Eagles are able to win it all thanks to a dinger from Teenage Dirtbag. He picked the right time for his best game as he's getting the offer from South Carolina, and while it's great to be recruited by another school, I feel a bit rejected as I have not been offered by a 5-star program. While I'm disappointed, I did get a lot of tokens, and I'm getting one more shot to show my stuff at the Combine. This is a great time for me to showcase Road to the Show's brand new upgrade system that I like a lot more than the previous one, as I upgraded my contact and my power. That's gonna boost me to 54 overall, and so far, every change to Road to the Show has been awesome. I am back in the very familiar draft combine hitting dingers, as this is my last chance to show the scouts what I can really do, and I do want to say that I'm currently a 5th round projection, which is a big deal because round 5 was my previous highest last year as I make a nice play at short. Even as a big fella, I'm showing off my ability to make big plays, and as a result, I have a new school recruiting me, and it is the LSU Tigers. Let's freaking go. That is the 5-star school I've been waiting for, but my high school decision will not be easy with so much MLB interest, but the chance to go to LSU with Livy Dunn is going to be a lot to pass up unless we become a surefire 1st round draft pick. However, if I'm going to do that, I need to be a 5-tool player, and there's the speed on display, as we're now on second base and get to show off the speed one more time, tagging to third. This is the first time that Road to the Show has actually felt like a genuine Road to the Show, and I'm having a great time, so drop a like if you want to see the full career of Teenage Dirtbag. After our first Combine game, we receive another offer, and this one is from the defending national champs who are only a 4-star prestige. We need a miracle for Teenage Dirtbag to break out as a 1st round pick, as he needs to be the star of these final 2 Combine games, but he starts out by flying out. Plays like that are not going to cut it for Teenage Dirtbag, who already has so much working against him, as he's short, overweight, and pretty much has the entire gene pool against him, but he does score the game-winning sac fly. After that, we earn a scholarship from UCLA, and Vanderbilt and Texas are the only schools left. Here's our last chance to earn their interest and become a 1st round pick as we start out swinging, but of course, my mission is to show that I'm a 5-tool player taking off and I'm safe. It would be terrifying to see that that man rumbling down the pipe, and there we go, another dinger for Teenage Dirtbag. He's playing like there is no tomorrow, and there's still plenty of time to do more damage, as here's a tough play at short that he is gonna make. For the first time of this video, it seems our boy is absolutely on fire, as Light Blue wins the final game of the Combine, and while Vanderbilt and Texas never offered a scholarship, it is very cool being scouted by over half the league. We're also gonna earn 6 tokens from that victory, and regardless of what happens in the draft, it is time to pick a school. I am making my commitment, but before I do, I'd like to thank my family, the good Lord, and the game of baseball for this opportunity, along with all the schools that recruited me. But of course, there's only one school that I can truly take my talents to unless I hit the transfer portal, and that is Louisiana State University. I am putting on the hat. I wish they would have shown me putting on the hat, but instead it cuts straight to the draft, where I have been selected in the 4th round by the Cleveland Guardians. And while that is obviously a great honor, I'm afraid they might have wasted that selection. I have a big decision to make, and I guess I have to make it right here, as I can either go to college and become the #1 pick, or go pro and receive a total of 5 tokens. That's kinda ridiculous. That makes the decision a lot easier. Right off the bat, I'm getting a very solid NIL deal from LSU, including my very first bronze perk, Heart Attack. I am dressed like absolute garbage on the team plane, but we were flying to our senior year College World Series after a 3-year time skip, and what a play in left field. Cal State Fullerton is still salty that we didn't sign with them. And while I understand that was 3 years ago, there are not many teams in this league. Obviously, in a perfect world, I wish there were more college teams in the game, just so I could play out the entirety of his college career. But just being fair to MLB The Show, I do understand why they skipped 3 years into the future. However, we're in danger of ending our college career on a very bad note, as it was 3-3, but we scored 6 unanswered runs, so we're moving on to the next round. We're now projected in the 3rd to 4th round, and the only way to get that back up is to keep winning more College World Series games. We spent 29 tokens to get us up to 57 overall, and I also forgot to open our welcome package, as we pop open the fragile box and get a gold piece of equipment. That is awesome. The game face paint will give us a slight bump to most of our attributes, and as for all the perks, it looks like you can actually develop them in this game by upgrading them for 4 tokens. This is the best that Road to the Show has ever looked, and I'm so excited to play more, as we are quickly nearing the end of Teenage Dirtbag's college career, especially if Tennessee knocks us out of the championship, and that was not good. It is do or die for Teenage Dirtbag, who can cement his status as an LSU legend just like Paul Skeens, but he cannot make good contact again. This could be a very rough way to end things, as nothing's going right for LSU, and it looks like one of the teams we nearly went to is gonna beat us. To be fair though, Dirtbag has not really emerged as a star, but to my surprise, he's projected to be a fringe 1st round pick. I really thought it was over, but apparently I just didn't know the rules, as this is a double elimination tournament, and look at that man's face, he's about to step up. It is now or never in the college baseball championship, as it's time for Dirtbag to step up and become a campus legend, but he got too much air under that one. We are still tied at 0 apiece in the 3rd, as there's a weak single, and we can score this game's first run, but with 2 away, our team does not deliver. That is unfortunate, but I believe in Teenage Dirtbag, as he's faced with the same scenario, but manages to clutch up and drive in a run. Just being real though, he didn't exactly drive in that run, but kind of tapped it in like Happy Gilmore, but there's no use complaining, as after that sac fly, he scored both runs for LSU. However, our teammate made a huge error, and they capitalized on it, so in the 9th inning, they need Dirtbag again, who makes good contact deep into right center field, but unfortunately, it will not drop. All we can do now is sit back and watch as this grounder goes straight to the 3rd baseman, and we have officially been eliminated. We signed with a 5-star prestige to win a championship, and that did not happen, but it's time for another MLB draft, where hopefully the league saw me carry our team, as we've been selected in the 2nd round by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get drafted in the 1st round, and more than anything, I am not sure how I feel about getting drafted by Pittsburgh, because even though we're teaming up with a fellow LSU alumni in Paul Skeens, O'Neal Cruz is still on the team, and I honestly forgot that he moved to center field. That really changes everything. Before even playing the game, I need to point out just how cool that changing stat menu in the top right is, as we continue to see very impressive features, and I'm curious if we can make it up to the show in this video. I might just be rusty, but we are not making very good contact, but even in the first couple hours of launch, people have reported the exit velocities as a common problem, as of course I'm gonna hit a home run right when I say that. It did not take long for the number 51 prospect in baseball to go deep, and he's gonna do it again on his next at bat, as that one seriously came right down the pipe. height. He may be morbidly obese, but he's got some serious game, flipping that one behind the back, and he was player of the game in his AA debut. That is gonna earn us 5 tokens, and as a 57 overall 21-year-old, we definitely need more, because tokens will help us develop our perks and our stats. I've tried to develop Teenage Dirtbag into a balanced hitter, and clearly that's working out pretty well as he gaps a double, and now that I'm thinking about it, that might be our first double of the video. In high school and college, we either hit a weak single or launched a nuke into the parking lot with no in between, but now that he's in AA, he's securing extra base hits, including this triple. We are up 1 with the bases loaded, and you better believe we are swinging for the fences, looking for the grand slam, but settle for the sac fly. Ever since bringing up Dirtbag, the Curve are undefeated, and for the first time of the video, we're going into training, which looks pretty much the same as normal, but this time with tokens. Each of these mini games will earn us a base of 3 tokens plus a bonus depending on how we do, but unlike in previous games, you can choose exactly how you want to upgrade your player, which I really like. I'm still a bit confused about upgrading the perks, so I guess I'm just gonna dive into it and see what happens, as we now have a level 2 heart attack, and just looking at Teenage Dirtbag, that's pretty fitting. He is definitely finding himself in AA as he secures another extra base hit thanks to a misplay in center field, and getting a little overconfident, I decided to stretch that one into a triple, which did not work out, although we're gonna be able to take 3 bags on this one. By the way, I love the dynamic challenge presentation, and besides the overlay, I'm not exactly sure what it is. Something about the camera angle is just epic. Unfortunately for Dirtbag though, he is slowed down just a little bit as he's 0 for his last 7, but there is a huge double, and because he went to college, he is 21 years old, so unlike an 18-year-old, there is no room for him to slump. He needs to continue his fast track up to AAA, and now that he's at another level, I want to test out his speed as he's still got it. Teenage Dirtbag generates seismic activity every time he takes a step, but it is very worth it as he is quickly rising the prospect ranks, coming in at number 34 overall and number 2 in the organization. I have never become baseball's number 1 prospect, so that is definitely my goal before reaching the majors, and considering we're already this high up at 60 overall, I think we have a pretty good chance. Grinding for tokens is awesome because I feel like I'm actually working for something in-game, and that definitely adds more depth as you're trying to do more than just get to the show. A few games later, I am still grinding out these tokens, and there is a huge home run as we break out of a slump with a huge bomb, and right now my goal is simply to average a token a game as this dynamic challenge is gonna help. I've also found that earning points in the field really helps your experience towards earning more tokens, as we also now have our first showtime opportunity of the video, and it looks like nothing has changed here at all. We've received another care package along with 6 tokens from a big game, and as you can see, that box is shaken, so we're gonna open it up and see what is inside as we get an unlockable along with several silver items. In just a matter of weeks, we are baseball's number 26 prospect, and that is no surprise as we're leading our team in hits, but definitely need to show a little bit more power. It is easier than ever to become a top prospect or to get drafted high in Road to the Show, which I love because all these dingers cannot go to waste. That'll give us a 3-0 lead in a new series against Chesapeake, and we would add another hit before going yard once again in game number 2. The tokens just keep coming, and with the way I'm playing, why not shoot for the moon as I'm going for the big time dynamic challenge, and on the first pitch, we are launching that into the parking lot. A multi-home run game gives us 5 tokens, and with the way we're playing, I don't think we're gonna be in AA for very much longer. We can earn 2 tokens for walking this off, and with the way I've been playing, I certainly would not be pitching to me as I immediately launch a double into the right center gap and win this game for my team while also getting 4 tokens along with another perk. Teenage Dirtbag might only last a month in AA because the Pirates farm director flew in to go check him out, and just like in the show 24, that's a great sign. Sure enough, not long after that, we're getting a phone call from our manager, which is definitely new, and he's saying we've been called up to AAA. Along with moving up a level, we are also the number 6 prospect in baseball, which is awesome, but one thing I still don't understand is how to unlock the silver skill set, as right now I'm not even sure that it actually exists. Aside from that, I think we've covered just about every new feature in Road to the Show 25, and I honestly love everything that I'm seeing, as it definitely feels like just as much of a grind as ever, but it's very rewarding at the same time. Let me know what you think of Road to the Show and the rest of MLB The Show 25 so far, and also let me know if you want to see Teenage Dirtbag's career play out in another video. As you can tell by his face, he definitely wants to come back, so you should go ahead and subscribe.